Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now the Jags defense just deciding to call a timeout. They'll have two remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready? 56. 56. You got nothing today. You got nothing. Go, go. Motion.
This is Kenyon Drake, the fourth-year man from Alabama. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 56.
Here's Jackson to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's going to... And right away, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Escaping the pressure right. Buying time to his left. And that's going to be incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
I'm here all day. 44, Mike. Let's put it go.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt.
57. Mike, 57. It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Show it up. Check. Go to 50. Hey, you block up. You're not doing it.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down. Throwing on 2nd down. Rodgers. He'll have a first down and more past the 20. And they will finally get him down at the 28.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
No. 319. Check right. Check 99. Check 99.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Jordan Reed has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 44-yard line. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers looking left side. That's caught by Landry. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on there. He also he put a score in here. Long way to go, but you're right. That's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
Jackson. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. And that's incomplete.
Jackson on the keeper. Incomplete on the throwaway. Brings up 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Don't let him breathe. Play outside deep. Don't let him breathe, defense. Check 3.
Jackson will throw again. Got his target, Samuel. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 16. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Deebo Samuel, the rookie wideout, his intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. To throw is Jackson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll get him down short of the 1st down, right on the 10-yard line. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Flush to his right. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs.
Check. Move off, Parker.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
26.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rodgers, and he rifles it complete, caught by Landry. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, Rodgers. It's caught. Shepard. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down.
A gain of 13 yards.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Flushed out right, and he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. To throw is Rodgers. Going to throw again. Being chased out left. And he comes back with one complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down. 2 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Steps away to his left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Trying to get it to Landry there. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. We'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. Here's Jackson. That's going to be caught by Samuel. 15 yards. The Texans pick up the first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Jackson now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. Jackson from the shotgun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jamie Collins. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Jackson now. He's going to look deep down the field. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Curtis Samuel, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship, watch the ship. Switch. Back one. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Check 3, check 3. Right.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Over here. Big gap, big gap. Run.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Forced out to his left. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Jet bomber. Hey, check 26. Check 43. Hey, flex. Kill.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dante Fowler picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, let's go!
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
4 yards to go.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Box it, box it, box it, box it.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Completes it to Coleman. Able to power through. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A Jacksonville 1st down on a pickup of 17. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Coleman. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deron Harmon, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Drake will start the drive on the ground. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56. Here we go, Mike, 56.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. Now Jackson on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's on the guard, Kevin Zeitler, 1st-round pick back in 2012. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the gun, Jackson. And incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To throw is Rodgers. Flush to his right. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. You got to keep pounding away.
Now Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You've got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's got his man. It's the tight end play. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now it's Jackson. Flushed out right. He finds McCoy. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Y'all not ready.
Again, Jackson escaping the pressure right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. Boswell's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. Jordan Reed has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags 1st down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Working from the gun, Rodgers. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. Operating from the gun, Rodgers eluding the pressure right. And that's complete to Sanders. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play out of while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
26. Hey, Charlie. Check Mike 57. Mike 57.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Fowler able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The Jaguars on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 17. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
C.J. Anderson. Touchdown, Houston. C.J. Anderson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans push further out in front. This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled.
Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game.
And in the driver's seat right now.
Let's go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Rodgers. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. And Sanders has got it complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Buying time to his left. That's to his running back, complete. And he goes out right around the 39. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers throwing again. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And the pressure gets to him again. Dante Fowler getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Wide, get wide. Shoot. We are going. Under 10, under 10, 10.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. He's going to fire one deep over. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 30 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Throwing now is Rodgers. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Rodgers to throw again. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. It's caught by Coleman. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll bring up a second down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Rodgers to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Hey, exit.
And again, it's Rodgers. The quick slant caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
We got this.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. It's Coleman here, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Tevin Coleman, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Jaguars get a score closer. They go for just 1 here as it's up and good. 2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to 9. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You look at the geography of the field, right? Where you are, that's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They come out here in the eye. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches.
He's checking crowd. Sit. Look. Check. Not today, you are. Not today.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Watch twist. Hatch it.
Now Jackson dancing to his left. He can, and it's a touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack there to Jake Ryan.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
Alert 3. Check your hot read. Inside. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Right now. You got 58. Inside. Check 9. Check 319.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Rodgers to throw for it on fourth. Now a desperation throw. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Deron Harmon. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this two-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the one touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done.